If you are interested in starting your own podcast, we use Buzzsprout because it is simple and easy to use. Buzzsprout can get your show listed on every major platform while giving you the resources for a great podcast website, audio players that can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening to your podcast, and tools to promote your episodes. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and that is why over 100,000 podcasters are already subscribed to Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Following the link in our episode descriptions lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you. So in return, you will receive a $20 Amazon gift card from Buzzsprout while signing up for a paid plan. Most importantly, every subscription through our link is always appreciated and helps support our show so we can continue delivering the quality content that you guys listen to. That being said, back to the show.
Hello, and welcome to Comic Book Junkies. I'm Andrew.
I'm Joe.
And this time we're looking at a list here, kind of the most popular titles to have been collected. Granted, the data that we have is basically like a CGC census, kind of breaks down total numbers, and then breaks down between what type of label it has. So granted, there's the caveat that there's a ton of raw books, and this is by no means like full data set, but we can kind of assume that this is kind of a trend for what are most likely the most popular titles to be collected. Seeing as how there's more of them slabbed, it would assume that more people actually care about it. But like we said, we're missing kind of that raw data set. But we're going to kind of just go through this, see what kind of surprises us, what we agree with, what we think is kind of crazy, anything like that. Granted, we've been at work all day, and I mean, I've been sitting on this for like weeks, but I haven't studied it and kind of forgot what the list looked like. So basically, just we're going to go through it. We're going to investigate, dig here, see what's going on. Maybe I could actually post this to the page so you guys can take a look too. So I said I had an idea, and Joe's like, "What is it?" And he's just like, "Well, what are we doing with that?" And here we are.
The
But also,
idea he had was just this picture. And I'm like, what about the picture?
we're riffing, dude. I mean, this is like it. What you get. Hopefully, you learn something along the way. But I mean, let's get into it. Do we want to start at number one?
I'd say let's start from bottom.
Let's work our way up.
And how far
Wolf.
bottom? Do we want to go to 25?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
might
just
as
talk
well.
about whatever. We don't got to go through all of them, but just kind of see what's going on.
Okay. Well, 25, Wolverine the Limited Series.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. I mean, it actually did run for quite a while, and there's a few iconic books in that run. Like,
Yeah.
there's some good covers from John Byrne and stuff, and then you have
No, that's the limited series.
no the ongoing.
But this is the Wolverine limited series at 25.
It says from 82 to 13.
It literally says limited series, bro. There's
Then why would it
spoiler
go
alert.
to 2013?
Well, look at 12, you dingaling. That's the ongoing.
Well, the years are throwing me off here.
But it literally tells you limited in the title.
Okay, so we're talking about that four-issue series.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I feel like that's one of the most collected four-issue series there is, but
Number one's also got to be carrying that. Like, when do you see a slab like number three? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if this is the census, I bet you that's a hard carry by issue one. I'm sure there's definitely 2 through 4 also slabbed, and like they're sought after, but really everyone wants number one.
it kind of reminds me of Batman Year One and like how you want kind of like the Falcone book, but like everything else is like okay.
Yeah, like I have the set, but like, yeah, like the third and fourth issue are kind of like, okay.
I don't know that anybody really needs 2 through 4. I only have issue one. I think they're cheap enough where if you already have issue one, you could go out and get the other three. But like, I don't think that really people hang their hat on these 4 issues the same way I guess a year one is popular for the story. I think this is just popular because of the first issue.
Honestly, yeah, I think that's most of it. But, it's classic. I mean, Wolverine's immensely popular, and it was his first ever solo series, so
For sure.
good staying power, though. If you would believe it, they have Wonder Woman at 24. Like, is that the Golden Age and like some Silver Age, like carrying that as well? I mean, the Bronze Age stuff, well, those are covers, so.
There's a period of time where it was cool to kind of collect some like the bondage stuff going on, but outside of that, I feel like I'd never see the first 100 issues anywhere in like a real physical store.
Yeah, I never see them.
And then anything else is like pretty not collectible.
Yeah, there's like 105, whatever number, Silver Age. Age Cheetah is.
In fact, I would argue that the Perez run is a more sought after
I don't
read
know. Well,
than
read, yeah.
the original
But just straight up
volume.
collecting, though?
I mean, people love Wonder Woman because it's a part of the Trinity, but I don't know that I know a lot of Wonder Woman collectors.
No, I don't either. I have like a Wonder Woman book. It's a good Wonder Woman book, but like you said, you never see it and no one really ever talks about buying it. So it's just kind of like,
Exists for a long time.
yeah, it's just there. 23 is The Walking Dead.
Now that makes sense to me.
It's also new. So it's it's probably like the newest thing. It's the second newest thing on here, which that one don't make no sense.
I think the show took a lot away from the actual comic series, but like from what I can tell, a lot of people who actually watched this show started like reading some of like the trades and really enjoyed them.
Yeah, my cousin Teddy did.
Yeah, and I'm a big Kirkman fan, so I got no qualms here. I don't really like the series as like a collector's series, like as an investment other than issue one, but I do think that it's very readable and then pretty cool to collect considering how modern it is.
Seeing as how these are all slabs, though, you wouldn't buy no slabbed Walking Deads.
Just issue one.
There you go. Going from there, Action Comics. I'm surprised that that's as low as it is.
I was just gonna say that would actually be in like my top five. I'm surprised it's this low too. I think people just don't like Superman.
You think so?
I always hear he's too boring or too overpowered or this and that and the other, but I don't know. And then I guess there's not as much key issues bang for buck as like a Detective Comics.
That's true.
But no, I mean, I think it's kind of started everything, so I would put it way higher personally.
Well, I mean, these are just actual numbers, though.
Yeah, and then it's so there's so many books too that like even though it doesn't seem collectible over the course of time, it is pretty collectible. I think the Silver Age was maybe the best time for this series, but once in a while a book will be relevant. Like it's cheap, but Silver Banshee, stuff like that is kind of cool. Every now and then there's a cool book to collect in action.
Yeah, I'm assuming most of like what this census is probably just mostly gold and silver with some bronze. Probably mostly just gold and silver at DC, but bronze and silver at Marvel. But
There's
some
some
of
good
these,
Neil Adams stuff in here too.
yeah, but I gotta imagine that most of these slab books are probably like 250 and like under like 1 to 250. You gotta imagine.
For sure,
Well,
because
like
you're
two,
probably
like,
slabbing anything between 1 and 100.
probably. And then something that I don't know why it's on the list, like I disavow, somehow higher than Action Comics is Something is Killing the Children.
Can we like stop?
Like, what is going on there? Did someone get like a good deal? Like, did CGC get a deal on like plastic from China or something?
It's the kind of
Because
crap
like
that they like peddle to us that they think we like, and then people buy it because they think other people are reading it. But it's
they
just
buy
like,
it because
no,
they
bro.
think it's gonna be a movie or TV show on Netflix because that's all these are being written for. And then they buy it and they think it's gonna be this big deal, and nobody outside of them and their weird friends are like, "Oh, I gotta have it right now," and it creates like this false sense of like demand. And it's just like because I could just stand there and just be like, don't care. Like,
Is it me or like the covers are cringe too?
I don't like shit about it, to be real with you. Like the whole thing is just not for me. And the fact,
I actually think I'm more progressive with independent stuff than Burger is.
yeah, dude.
And I can't even co-sign this.
That's what I mean. Sometimes I do just like turn it up and I'm just like, we'll have none of that. But this is one of those things like that. It's just like I don't like anything surrounding it. It's like what James Tinian the Fourth.
It's kind of emo, kind of cringe, kind of like
Yeah, I just see the
teenager-esque.
yeah, I don't like that. Some of these dudes are getting way too comfortable being like, I'm writing through the lens of a teenage girl. It's like, what is up with you, bro? You need to take a step back. Maybe go outside and smoke a cig, get some fresh air, come
Yeah.
back in and like start thinking normal. I know some people like that. But you know what I'm saying? We need to get back on track. So
Speak
disavow
your truth, Burger.
can I get a hallelujah? But you know, that's that. This one, number 20, feels a lot like 25. Marvel Superhero Secret Wars. I mean, most people are probably slabbing 1 and 8 and then like 3 because of like the Beyonder or whatever.
Yeah, and then there's that kind of iconic cover of Doom.
I don't know, dude. I'm spacing out. I can't picture.
I don't know. I mean, it's a 12 issue run. It's like Marvel's Infinity War. So
Well, that was also Marvel.
no, I'm thinking of
Crisis.
yeah, Crisis on Infinite Earths. So I get it.
It is like Marvel's Infinity War if you think about it. But no, I'm with you. I think it's just one of those things that was so like new at the time. I feel like a lot of collectors have nostalgia for it. Kind of started the event scene over there in a way. So I feel like, it's classic. I mean, like I said, a lot of it gotta imagine is like Secret Wars 8's carrying a lot of like these slab numbers because that's like
Issue
one of the
one though
most.
too.
I agree, but to a lesser
Because
degree.
a lot of people, it's the same price, but there's that blue Galactus
True.
cover, and people look for that too, I guess. I don't know.
I agree, but I'm just saying, like, 8 is basically like just considered a Spider-Man book, and you know how that stuff sells. So I imagine that the majority is 8 and then a good amount of issue 1, but then outside of that, who knows what the numbers look like, you know? But I'm sure there's definitely like full set collectors. I mean, it's probably like the default, to be honest. But yeah, pretty cool.
Word. Well, next one, more slander. My boy Superman at 19. I actually thought action would be higher than Superman because of like, I don't know, the first appearance of
Everything.
Brainiac and
Superman.
and Supergirl. But I don't know, bro. Pretty low on the list for whatever reason.
Ain't gonna lie though, outside of the Golden Age, there isn't really that much Superman title. Because you got like 199, you got 233, and then I mean you got like some like Neil Adams covers, but those are like $20 books, maybe to $50, depending on how nice they are. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing like that really commands outside of like the first 100 issues, and that's mostly because it's Golden Age predominantly.
I mean, that's totally fair. I am surprised that action isn't higher than Superman.
Action should be higher than Superman, in my opinion. Like, I don't know how it's not. Maybe it's just Superman collectors don't care about slabbing.
True. Smart group of guys.
Yeah, they get it. And that's like a totally bro science explanation. There's no basis for that, but it feels right. So that's also our truth. So if you don't like it, deal.
Yeah. And then Iron Man somehow beat out Superman.
That
I
don't
don't
make
know of a
any
freaking
sense.
book other than Thanos
Yeah, literally issue 1 and issue 55. And then like what? Like the next biggest book is like Rhodey Dude
or
and like
Demon in a Bottle, but like,
War Machine. Like you got like 5 books and the
yeah.
whole title.
And it goes on for a while.
Yeah, there's hundreds of issues.
I mean, I get like a surplus of slabbing because like the movies made him such an important character, but what book are you slabbing?
All of them, bro.
Like nobody wants that.
They're big trading cards for people who love Iron Man.
It would be cool if Iron Man had collectible books, bro.
Even if you just like want to collect Iron Man, like I don't see why you couldn't just have like a raw run.
Yes, that's the only way to do that.
That's the only way. Like I would flirt with the idea of doing a raw run, but if you told me I was buying slabs, like what the hell? Like, bro, all those microplastics are gonna get into my balls.
I got a credit card in my balls right now.
That shit's crazy. I don't know. I don't want all that plastic in my house. That's the devil. So we're raw dogs here. Don't you forget it. But what the hell? Number 17 is New Mutants. What is going on here?
Well, that's a slabbing community, so that makes sense. I feel like the same people that slab collect New Mutants,
Kind of makes sense.
right?
I guess. What is the biggest book in New Mutants other than like Deadpool? Deadpool, Cable, issue 1, which isn't even their real first appearance, and then like 20 and 21 or whatever it is for like Legion. But like none of those books, I mean, maybe it's just a lot of Deadpools and Cables getting slabbed.
I think that's it.
But how are there that many? You're telling me there's more Deadpools and Cables slabbed than there are Action Comics. What the hell? See, this is bad math. That's actually like a direct correlation to like the downfall of like the American Empire is that Action Comics is that low. And we've got enough people out there collecting slab New Mutants books. Like morals are gone. The
People need
kids
to
are
start
turning to the
saying their
devil.
prayers and taking their vitamins, bro. Like we
Yeah,
said in
like
the first episode of this this podcast because that's ridiculous.
Like if you've got like a bunch of slabbed New Mutants, and unless like that is your actual favorite series, which I don't even know how that's the case, but like if you got a bunch of other ones, just sell them all and move to like a farm. You need it for your mental health, or like directly just give them to your comic book store and say, just give me all your slabbed action comics so we could like bump up the numbers. Because like, what are we doing here? I mean, like I said, this is subjective. You guys can like what you like. We're obviously gonna riff and joke on it, but like I really don't get that. It must just be the sheer number. It has to be the sheer number of Deadpools.
I feel like everything I'm reading, I just keep thinking back to Action Comics and why it's so low.
I don't get that. It has to be like an action comic thing. Maybe you're right. Maybe like because no one likes Superman nowadays because he's too boring. Maybe it's all a bunch of older collectors that are collecting action comics and they just are there's either less of them or less of them care about slabs. Probably both. But like we said, good character. Moving on from that one though, we have Captain America. Now see, that kind of makes sense.
That makes sense. I think that's kind of appropriate. I'd have it a little higher, but like I think that the placing's pretty fine, and I don't think that there's enough keys where it would be super high, but I do think that there's enough keys where like it would be on this list.
Mind you, this is just silver to present. This not including golden.
But you got some like early Steranko stuff. You got a bunch of miscellaneous keys.
The Falcon.
The Falcon, yeah.
Everyone's favorite character from the movies.
And then obviously the first issue of the ongoing is
Classic.
100
facts. Yeah, that one's fairly appropriate. I don't really got too much to really add on to that. I could see like throughout the Bronze Age there being enough books to collect and also I suppose to slab. But then from there, Spider-Man from 78 to 2023. I'm trying to think what books are from 78 to 23. Wouldn't it have always just been Amazing Spider-Man?
Right? I get that he's so popular that his second title probably is high on this list, but I guess what's in Spider-Man?
I'm trying to think because I'm like, are they talking like Peter Parker Spider-Man?
They have to be because it says 78, and I don't think that Todd McFarlane run.
No, that was like the
came
90s.
Out in the early 90s, yeah.
I'm under the assumption that it's Spectacular Spider-Man, but why wouldn't they put that? Now, see, this is like the dumbest part of the list I've seen, and it makes me look unprepared as a host. But like, I wasn't expecting to come into like a non-standard format, you know? Like, is this well regarded that it's just Spider-Man 78? But Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man came out in 76. You know what?
Sucks.
We ain't talking about this. This is dumb. We're moving on to the next one. Whatever Spider-Man 78 to 2023 is, have fun with that. But
yeah, go fucking slab it.
Yeah, slap the fuck out of it. I don't care. Don't talk to me. 14, Detective Comics.
I feel like this should be way higher.
This should be way higher. Detective Comics is super slabbable.
No.
But like
it is though. Like everything is in Detective Comics that's DC.
There's like some legitimate keys. I mean, we got shit. I mean, just the
there
first
was a stretch where it was like every other issue was like slabbable.
Yeah, I mean, this makes a lot of sense. It really just makes me wonder what's up with slabbers, man. Because I'm not even foreshadowing I guess I'm foreshadowing technically by talking. But I'm looking like ahead on this list and I'm like, how are there more slabs of that? And I'm not even pro slab. I'm actually very anti slab. And like, I still feel like just due to the nature of slabs, there should be more of them for the good titles. Like, not everyone has to like what I like, but detective and action are less slabbed than like I said, New Mutants and Something is Killing the Children.
Well, that's what I mean. Because
what are we doing?
I wonder. The only thing I can think of is that I know it's more expensive to slab an older book than it is a newer book, so it might be just cheaper for people to slab like the New Mutants, the Something's Killing the Children, the Walking Dead. But in the same breath, I feel like the whole point of a slab is to preserve a book for its value. And then the modern books, there's like nothing there. The value is in these old books. So if you're gonna slab, spend the extra money and slab something that actually means something.
Yeah, I don't get it, dog. I'll never get it. But yeah, detective, I mean, come on. You know, Batwoman, obviously Batman, Clayface.
Everything, bro. Penguin, Riddler,
Talia, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, definitely a good series. And then I like this, but I also don't understand Thor from Marvel Comics. And this is from the Thor Collector. Volume 1 isn't super collectible, to be honest. Once you get past like 160, it starts getting kind of like, until you get
I would
back
say
into
there's
like
like a cool 50 issues just in the beginning that kind of makes sense. But after that, maybe what inflates this too is I feel like I see a lot of Beta Ray Bill.
I was gonna say once you get back into like mid 300s, it starts to kind of pick back up again. But there's like a good period where it's kind of just cooled off. Now, I don't know if this technically includes Journey into Mystery. Would make way more sense if they're lumping Journey into Mystery into it, because those are the better Thor books. Thor's solo titles really just him, which becomes Adam Warlock. I'm not just saying like him as in Thor, but also like the debut issue where with the cool Hercules cover. And then I mean, yeah, like after that, it's like Lady Sif in like the modern way we know her, but like that's not like that sought after. And then like even Mangog, who I think is cool, it's not like a come and get it. It's like everyone who gives a shit, really. I mean, I'm like the guy who likes Mangog, but if they're including Journey into Mystery, I can see how this makes sense. If it's just the solo series, I don't believe it.
For sure. But we've worked our way all the way back up to Wolverine, which I thought we were talking about to begin this chat.
No, now we've got long form Wolverine.
This one makes sense.
This high? Issue 1 and issue 8, dog?
Maybe because
yes. Be honest with yourself. There's less of keys in
behind
this run.
Spider-Man, people love Wolverine.
They do.
And it's cheap and it's not that old, so I get it. This high, maybe.
Let's quick jump in here. Due to our episode winding down, how about you say we get up to we do number 11 next, and then we do the top 10 next time.
Yeah.
That sound good? Okay, new cliffhanger, guys. We're stopping after number 11. You'll get the top 10 next time.
I don't think we've ever did a two-parter.
Well, we are right now.
Dang, guys.
Well, here's the last one for you. Venom from 93 to 2025. Now, this has to be all of that null crap and symbiote, whatever the war, the man in black, whatever the hell they're calling it. It's got to be null.
You don't think it's that lethal protector?
If they're lumping it in, I agree it's that, but I feel like a lot of this Venom stuff is from the new crap. A lot of people were on that hype wave.
I just wish I understood how they were like lumping stuff together, because the dates are bizarre, the titles are kind of misleading.
Yeah, there's no distinction. Well, they're counting anything that's from like that volume.
I will say that the people that love slabbing also love Venom and Deadpool. So
that's what I mean. So, you know what? I'm spoiler alert. He's not on the list. I'm surprised. But his series sucks. It's not that collectible.
I don't know why people like collecting Venom so much. It's a cool character. I mean, being 90s kid, I love the character, but like
he was better when he was just a villain.
100%.
There was two. I mean, I get it because he is sweet. It's a sick design and an idea, but they really overexposed him. They kind of had to change who and what he was, and now he's just kind of something else. And then they tried to do that again with Harley Quinn, but they like botched it because she was kind of supposed to follow the Venom track of things, but I mean, she kind of like failed upwards. Like she got so like shitty that like now she's super popular. So gladly Venom didn't get super shitty, but definitely isn't what he was like in his heyday, in my opinion. But like we said, people love what they love. Venom is sick. But as we stated, that is the end of today's list. Due to time constraints, you will be receiving the top 10 at a later date. But like I said, by the time you hear this, I'll make sure to remember to post this so you can take a look at the numbers yourself. Shoot us a message if you've got questions for us to answer, or if you've got a topic you want us to discuss. You can do that in our inbox. You can check our email. I believe that's on our Instagram. If not, just shoot us a DM and we'll figure it out. Rate, review, subscribe to us if you have not already. If you're new, welcome. If you're an old friend, thanks for sticking around. I feel like we've got good energy moving right now. Very optimistic about the pod. I've got new hardware to actually do the podcast with that makes my life so much easier. And I can actually kind of start cutting some clips again so you guys can get little snippets the day before the pod actually drops. I will say, didn't do one for our Peacemaker review just because I feel like they're a little weird cutting promos for a review. Like, what's the point in listening if you can hear us talking positively about stuff? And there's nothing that I can like zone in on that's like us riffing, because we're just like, oh yeah, I thought that was good, oh yeah, that was stupid. So yeah, there you go. So that's why you didn't get one last time. You had to wait for the full thing. But you know, gonna do more of that, and then yeah, just keep us in the loop, say what's up, and we'll do another one soon, guys.
See you guys in 2 weeks.